Hey, how's it going? I've been meaning to do this for a while. I'm a pretty heavy to-do app user. I've used Wunderlist in the past, which at some point became Microsoft To Do. I've used Things, I've used Todoist. They're all fantastic software. But if I have a complaint, it's that the graphical tools get in the way too much. If I have tasks to do, I've got to stop whatever I'm doing, use a mouse, click into a software, wait for it to launch, and then go ahead and add my task. Now, the second issue was that it can't be heavily configured because the ones that I just mentioned there, these are closed source systems. So I started my search about 2 weeks ago to find something that could work for my workflow, and I found Taskwarrior. So this is Taskwarrior. I have it open right now. I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of that. And the best thing about that is that it's open source. You can script it to your liking and to script it to fit the way you work. And I scripted it to my liking, and it does everything I need. It's open source. Things are stored locally. Even though you can set up your own sync server, you can keep a backup using version control. But most importantly, it's incredibly unobtrusive. So I'll show you how to add a task, and you can just add a task, move on, no mouse needed, doesn't even need a graphical interface since you're doing all of this in the command line. So let me show you how it works. Let me show you how effortless it is to create a task. All you need to do is to say task, add, and you just have to put the task in here. So I just have to say create with on using Taskwarrior, and that's it. Now, if you say task, it will show you task next, which shows you all of the immediate tasks sorted out by urgency. So how do you get this urgency? That's something that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But here you see all of the tasks. If you want to see all the tasks in the past, you just say task all. These are all the tasks in the past that I have, and you can move up and down using Control Shift J and K or Control Shift up and down. But you can see all of these tasks that are being created. I can say task. I can say what about the next task next, which just show me all the next task. And this is not what you get out of the box. I customized it to my own liking, including changing themes, and I added a few more attributes. So for example, I have the age. That's, if you see that I just created this, and that was 27 seconds ago, so that's the age of the task is 27 seconds. I've created that only 27 seconds ago. Let me modify that task real quick. I can say task mod, which stands for modify, and I would say 10. That stands for the ID of the task, and I want to just maybe say that the effort of this task is kind of it's medium, let's say, right? And I want to give myself a point of 1, a score of 1 when I've done this task, and I'll show you why this is important later. If I show my task now, yep, you see that now the task has been added here, and now it has the attribute of medium in terms of effort, and 1 in terms of score. And these are things that I just added. So if I show you how it looks like right now, task RC, that's the configuration file. So these are all my configuration. So you see that I have my data location. I changed this to be in a place where I can use GitHub to sync, so they are kept on a private repository, so I can sync them across different computers if I want to. I have my themes in here. I set up my own. There is a custom theme called the Node theme just to fit the rest of my desktop because I have everything looking very consistent. I added my own custom labels like effort, for example. This is effort, and I have my own score. So you see that I can even use emoji here. I changed the report to fit the way I want. I added my effort and I added my score in there. And so this is kind of a way for me to just gamify this a little bit, because if the work is actually really huge, or it takes a lot of effort for me, it takes a lot of motivation for me to get to it, I want to add a bit of score, and that score, I'll show you why that's useful for me. This has always been a feature of my productivity sort of tool set anyway, is that I would then create a Python script called tscore to show me this. So it would give me a score of every day what I've done, how much score I've got that day, and then it would accumulate that. And I've always used some form of this, and even when I'm not using Taskwarrior, I always try to have this score attribute somewhere in there. Effort is also something that I care about. I always want to look at the tasks with small effort, S, M, XS. These are small effort tasks that would take me maybe 1 hour, to just knock off. XS tasks would take me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Medium tasks takes me about 1 hour. Large tasks would take me maybe several days. So, and then I have XL tasks as well for huge projects, right? And and the way I do this is, let me just show you what you get out of the box. So when you do a task, you can say task summary, and it shows you all the projects. So you can look at all the projects that you have outstanding, and you can look at all the projects that you have in the past. You can look at tasks. You can also ask for a daily breakdown. So you can say burn down daily instead of weekly. We're gonna say daily, and you can see you know, just how much have you got done over the last, let's say, on a daily basis. And you can have weekly, you can have monthly, you can have any of this. So tasks with task summary, with task daily, whoops, did not spell it correctly, give you really a lot of those out of the box. If you have dates like due dates and stuff, you can check them from task calendar. So all of this are provided to you, you know, just right here. And then you can script it. So how do I just create this? How do I create this T-score? Now T-score is not from there. So if I show you my Vim, I think it's the G shell configuration file, and I go Control-Shift-G, go all the way to the bottom, you will see that I have my own alias. So this is gonna run a Python script that I wrote, and I'm gonna put all of this up, and I'm probably gonna walk you through how I did it. But you can script them very heavily. So let me now show you what it looks like in my Visual Studio Code, and then I will walk you through the customization that I made. So this is how you start off. I haven't really completed the code, but you can see there is also a library called tasklib that imports Taskwarrior. I point to where my tasks are stored. Here it's in the wards. So wards is everything that it's kind of everything that I do in terms of productivity. I put them in wards, my to-do list and stuff, so that I can version control it and I can sync it real fast. And then I can look at all my pending tasks and stuff, completed tasks, and then I can just script it, just script it using Python, just good old Python. And so these are really, really cool, right? And as if that's not cool enough, there is even a community around it that build tools for it. So there are all kind of utilities or all kind of interface built around it. So let me show you how it looks like. If I go into Weed, this is one of those that I just mentioned. This is a terminal interface, and you can see that all the projects with Supertype or Algorithma, they get blue, they get highlighted, and I can actually have this, I can mark something as done by just going, this is all Vim, by the way. If you use Vim, you can just do HJKL to navigate up, down, left, right. For example, I want to annotate this, I can just do A, I can just do a capital A to annotate, and I can just write a command here. I can say follow up with code examples, and I can just press enter, and now it's updated. If I want to mark this as done, I can just mark this as done. So let me show you how it looks like. Right now, if I have my task, right now if I have my score printed out, this is how it looks like. Today I've not done much. I have to make a few errands, but I have one score today. So if I look at my task right now, and let's say I want to mark task 8 to be done. So there is the create V or task 8 to be done, right? I can do task 8 done, and if I look at my task project or summary, oops, it would show me that, okay, some of the projects are done, some of them are not done yet, but I could also go ahead now and print a T-score, which is my task score, and now I have 2 points and 82. So this is all firing up. The T-script itself is the Python script that I just wrote, and I'm probably going to add a few charts as well for myself, but that's probably something in the pipeline. But this is all fantastic. So you can also mark a task as done by going to VIT, and if you want to just look into the details of a task, you can just press, you can just hit enter to go into the details of the task, and then from within it, you can then scroll and down. You can look at all the details of this task, and you can modify them. So if you want to edit them, you can also do edit, and you can edit the tasks in here. You can just write edits in here. So for example, I can move this task. You use W on like a Vim. This is all in Vim, so you can just modify that. You can change the priority of this. You can change the score, and you can even do a review. To quit out, you just have to put a Q. That would quit. You press enter, and it will quit it out. And you say quit. And you say yes. And then there's the task shell. So you can use task shell to go into task shell, and now you don't have to add tasks in front of that. You can just add, for example, tasks and stuff. You can do list, and it will list all the tasks. But you can also do a review. So I like to do this maybe at the end of the work week. So you do a review, and it asks you to review each task. You can mark as review, you can skip, you can edit, you can modify, and you can. If I press S, it skips to the next one, and then now it goes to the next task. And do I want to skip it? Do I want to mark as reviewed? And I can do that. So I'm just gonna quit now, and it says 0 out of tasks reviewed, but I will do that on at the end of my work week. So I can go through a list of all the tasks, and I can do my review there and say, hey, do I still want to prioritize this? Do I want to move this up a little bit? Do I want to maybe bump this up a couple of levels? So that's all of that. And I mentioned I would talk about this, but I forgot about just not while we were in the task RC. So that's the configuration file, and all the urgency score that you see in task is actually calculated using this thing called a coefficient, and you can add your own coefficients. This is, if you're nerdy, if you're like, if you're studying data science and machine learning, and you may try to maybe even think about maybe creating a regression model to sort of regress towards try to optimize your coefficients and stuff, you can completely customize all of that. So to customize your coefficients, you can get the urgency, and then you just have to define your coefficients there. So if you look at tasks again, it shows you there is an urgency for each one of them, 4.1, 3.1, 3.04. If I show you all of them, these are all the different tasks in here, and they all have an urgency. And you can also wait for a task. You can say, I don't want to do this now, I can wait for some time. You can add a due date, you can do any of this. So a simple task would look like task add and another to-do item. This is a simple one. You can press enter, it adds a task. But you can also add this into a project. You can say this is an algorithm project. You can say add some text. You can add text to that. You can say this is a I don't know, maybe this is a productivity terminal. And you can add as many texts as you want. You can add a score to that. You can say, if I complete this, I want to add a score to myself. I can add for example, I want to change this to a effort of small effort. I can do that. I can say this is an extra large effort. I can do that as well. So, and you can see all of your text by just doing task text. You show you all the text. So I don't really have a lot of text going on right now, but these are all the tasks that are outstanding. So any task that is done, you don't see them in the count, right? So these are all the nice built-in features, and there's a ton more to explore. And I'm so excited to maybe walk through the Python script in the next video and show you how you can use all these different ideas to build something that really works for your own productivity system. And if I want to make sure that things are kept in sync, let me just open up a new one. I can just change directly to watts, and all I needed to do is to do dot sync. That's all I need to do, because it would then take a look at all the tasks that I have, and it would just make a quick sync, and that would be on my GitHub. And I can now go to GitHub, and it will, all the tasks there would be updated on the remote repo, and then on the separate computer I can have my tasks sync that way. So I can even get the sync to run once in a while. But all of these are in the files, task file. So if I show you how it looks like, there's a task file. Within it, there's the backlog data, completed data. These are initially, when you first install Taskwarrior, they're going to be in your home folder. I didn't like it to be in a home folder. I like it to be in its own separate folder, so I move it out and I change the configuration. And that's really the cool thing about using open source tools like that, is that you can script them to however way you want. You can make it work the way that you want to work, not the other way around. And when you use things like closed source software, usually they have a lot of good graphical UI, right? But you really don't get a lot of power and flexibility the way that you get from this. So and I can change this. I can script it if I want to, and maybe in the next video I'll talk about how I do that. And just for a bit of challenge, I want to do most of this without any external library. So I won't use pandas, I won't use NumPy, I won't use any of that. I'll just show you how to use straight up plain old good fashioned Python to create scripts to script your own productivity, your life system, without using any of the external libraries and stuff. So just to up the challenge a little bit, because if you use pandas, these are really trivial and really easy to do. So I just want to, maybe just for a challenge, how do we create a nice Python package without any dependency, just straight up Python, right? So that's for the next video. That's all I want to do. I just want to show off this new toy here that I have, and maybe serve as a preview to what I'm going to be doing next.